Hello, everyone. This is Before the Bell with Dylswrestling, presented by Victory Pro. I am here with the Temple of Light. We have got Tara Gray and we have Blake Violet. How are we doing, guys?
I'm good. Tired.
All right.
Obviously, this is episode 2. First, we had Joey Scott, and now we have 2 of the newest members of the Temple of Light who have got one of the coolest matches on the card, taking on the new team of Matchday Mad Lads, which is Alex Dean and Kieran McQueen. Going into that, what are your thoughts on this new team? Obviously, you guys are a new team as well. What can we sort of expect?
I don't expect much from the other team, just because I've never seen them in person or even seen them talk. But
I think I know the lads a bit more personally. Both outstanding competitors in their own right. Never been on the same side of a ring together before. Kieran McQueen, I know, has a lot of tag experience with House of Heritage. But we'll see if they can gel together on the night. I have no doubt me and Tara will connect easily.
yeah, and
Absolutely. The Temple of Light is obviously this massive faction that broads all across the UK, and it's taken up new members like Wildfire. So I'm sure we can expect a lot from you guys. Obviously, we're getting into the matches, and one of the matches on the show has been changed very suddenly, and that is due to the current foreseeable retirement of Tiger Shah. Blake, Tiger Shah is someone you know very well through Kamikaze, and you've worked a lot of shows with him. I've worked a lot of shows with him. How do you feel now that Tiger Shah is taking a step back?
It was a bit of a shock. Tiger Shah is one of the toughest opponents I've had since my career started. He was my third ever match. I was his first. And if you look through, he is the only person I have ever extended a hand to after a match. And I'll probably continue throughout my career. He's the only person I've ever showed respect to in that right, because he pushed me to my limit and dragged a win out of me.
Yeah, absolutely. And that match was absolutely phenomenal. You guys have had a few matches against each other now, and they've all been brilliant. Tara, do you have any thoughts on Tiger Shah?
I think he was an incredible wrestler, and I regret to never have been stepped in the ring with him or even getting to train with him. But I wish him the best. I hope he's doing well.
I do hope he comes back soon. I think Akavka, who obviously runs this company, he would say that Tiger Shah is very much the building block of what would make Victory Pro into what it is now, as he was the first person he ever designed for, and that made him, Akavka, want to go to shows to see Tiger Shah, and then he would see people like Blake Violet, like the Temple of Light. And it's obviously now expanded into this whole massive thing. So, yeah, Tiger Shah, if you do end up watching this, mate, we're all rooting for you and we can't wait to see you back in the future, if that is the case. But if not, then you've had an amazing career and we all love you. All right, let's
want to see him return just so I can cost him another title shot.
Yeah, that's
Nearly
true.
Every single belt he has gone through in his career, I have been there to cost him that belt. That's all I want him back for. I want to cost him another title shot.
You just want to keep screwing him
He's
over.
actually going to return just to cost you a title shot now, and then retire again.
That's it. That's how he'll return. That's how he'll return. If you guys get a tag title shot, then that's the best time for Tiger Shah to come back.
No.
If he comes near a title opportunity I have in Victory, it won't end pretty. I'll make sure he goes back out on the shelf.
I'm sure you would. All right, let's move on from that. But again, Tiger Shah, I love you, mate. Tara, obviously, this is a massive show for you because this is one of your first shows in the UK.
It is.
Yeah. How do you feel being put not just into such a mental match, but into the first ever Victory Pro show? Like, this is a history making show, and you get to be a part of that.
I'm really excited as I'm the only import on the show, the only one that gets to travel over, and I'm the fourth. I feel like I'm one of the only people on that show who has to prove a lot more than everyone else does because I'm coming over. It's my UK debut. I have to put my whole heart out there before and before a whole crowd that's foreign to me, and I want to make a lasting impression, and this won't be my last time in the UK. And I just want to make sure everyone knows that.
Absolutely, and what a brilliant message to obviously let people know what you're all about. Blake, a question for you is, the Temple of Light has always been a very small niche thing. It's only until recently, whereas you were the first new member they'd had for years. And now we have the likes of Tara and more members coming out of the woodwork in other companies. How does that make you feel? Like you were almost like the gateway to new members.
I feel honoured that just bringing me in, brought on this whole expansion of the temple. Because the lads who started it, as you know, they're fantastic. They're very dense. They've taken over nearly every single promotion they've been a part of. And this expansion is just going to help carry that through. You know, there's other promotions now being taken over that Lenny and Leighton don't even have to step foot in.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
When I think about the temple, I've never seen the temple be good guys anywhere they've been. They're always the nasty buggers on the show. They're always the ones kicking everyone's head in, squashing people, especially Leighton, who identifies as skinny. But again, it's the modern era, so you can do that. But now I would say more in Victory Pro, you guys are probably going to be more ruthless than ever. Obviously, Tara's a new member who has this ruthless style with her. You're the psychotic artist, and I've seen you wrestle. I've seen you wrestle only a few weeks ago down in Wales, and you're absolutely killing it there. So, like, what I would say is when it comes to the temple, as many members should be joining it and make it almost like an army.
I'd love to see that.
That would be.
I'd love to see. Cool. It's also the question of, do we need it?
Yeah.
Look at the people we have on Temple right now. Just look at this core here. Leighton, Lenny, Alex, then us two. I don't think we need many more, to be perfectly honest. Anyone else is just welcomed to the slaughter, really.
I completely agree with you. When you've got someone like the Inquisitor Alex Connors, who's got so many years of experience all over the country and out of it, and then you've got La Pala. I have the same T-shirt as well.
I have a Green Day T-shirt.
Great band.
And then, you've got La Paladon, Leighton LeBlanc, who's one of the most tough powerhouses in all of the entire country. Then you've got Lenny Lynch, who's one of the most amazing people I've seen on the mic, and he knows his craft very well. And then obviously you, the psychotic artist, who you definitely match everyone in all their aspects. Because you could, my personal view here, if Alex Connors wasn't around, I think you'd be the one to take over. Thing is, you're strong, you're fast, you're as cunning as Alex Connors, and you've got the power and the strength of Leighton LeBlanc, and you've definitely got the gift of the gab that Lenny Lynch has. So that's my personal opinion. Don't get me wrong, I'm not slandering anyone, and I don't want Alex Connors to come and beat my head in because he only lives 10 minutes down the road from me. But that's just my basic opinion.
think that's the first time you've complimented me.
I don't do it often because you can be, as I called Joey Scott last week, an ass. But there are a lot of things I do respect you for, and there are a lot of things I think, yeah, Blake Violet can swivel.
I'd argue, but yeah,
Of course, you're going to argue. Of course you will.
I'm
You
not
are
going to argue.
Blake
I know I'm
Violet.
a terrible. I know I'm a terrible person. It's the whole point of getting into wrestling.
Nice one, Tara. You've joined the biggest bunch of words I can't say in case there's children watching.
Yeah,
In
but
the entire UK scene.
if you think about it, I joined this, and now no one's gonna badmouth me because I'm with the badmouths.
Well,
I'm
I'd
just
never
protecting myself.
I'd never badmouth you, Tara. I'd never
I
badmouth
know.
you. All right, and going into it, obviously this is both of you big black country debut for you guys. The Black Country is such a massive home to wrestling, whether that was FCW, BCCW, Bridge. You know, you've got a whole range of companies all over the place, and now you guys get to be a part of that Black Country wrestling legacy. How does that feel?
I love it. I grew up watching Black Country wrestling with FCW. It's something I always watched. They always had the same roster as Irish wrestling, and they were a second home for Irish wrestlers, and I'm really happy that I get to join that second home now.
Absolutely. How about you, Blake? I'm
just happy to have a promotion that's literally down the road. To be perfectly honest, I'm in the. Let's walk out my door and go fight someone. To be honest,
Tara, let's talk about your debut. How long ago was it? Who was it with? How long did it take you to progress to actually having a proper match on a show? Let's get into it a bit.
So, I debuted back in February on a company called No Limits Wrestling, where I attacked Session Mob Martina. And then the actual match happened in June. No, May. Happened in May. And then my next match is Victory Pro Wrestling. But to get to that point, I was training a year. Because I was originally training, broke my collarbone, was out a year and a half because my shoulder dislocated. And then I was back. And within the 5 months of being back, I got my debut.
Cool. So, obviously, taking on someone like Session with Martina, who arguably is one of the top superstars, not just in Ireland, but in the UK as well. I've seen Session Moth on so many shows. And, you know, you can obviously tell I'm
a big fan.
I like her quite a bit. How do you feel going into a match with one of the top superstars in not just England or Britain, whatever you call it, but within the entire UK scene?
I was really nervous because, like, there's so much room for error. And if you injure a superstar of that level, like, she's known in Japan, she's known in America, she's not just UK's secret anymore. She's abroad. She can do whatever. She is a superstar. She'll probably be signed within the year or two. I hope she is. But there's so much pressure on error that you're in your head a lot. But she was great with everything. She was a great opponent. I wish to wrestle her one-on-one one day. And she's fantastic.
Maybe that's a Victory Pro match to happen in the future.
How I pray for her. But she does
I'll be having words.
get you your leopard print duo.
And Blake, I was there for your debut match. It was in Kamikaze Pro. It was, I believe, it was a live show.
It was December 15th, 2023.
Was it Luke? Was it Luke, or was it Luke Douglas, or was it Alex Connors? I remember I've been to both of those matches. So those are the ones that are in my mind.
I faced my current boss in Alex Connors.
Yep.
That was a first. Well, the first time I ever stepped in the ring, first time we ever crossed paths. And our friendship, I guess, formed from that match. He had to pull out a lot to keep me down. A low blow happened.
I remember.
How he got the win. I earned his respect through that to face Luke Douglas. And Luke Douglas kicked the snot out of me.
I remember.
It turned into, it went from a wrestling match to just a full-on brawl.
Yeah.
Probably one of the toughest people I've ever faced since I started. But yeah, my starting Cami, 2 losses, made the crowd remember who I was.
Well, as I say, I was there in the crowd for both those matches, and I remember the Alex Connors one so specifically because every time he would hit you or, you know, do a big splash to the corner or some type of move, when you'd get up, there'd be a smile on your face, like you were ready for more. It was like pain was building you back up to keep on going.
I love this. I love this sport. I love violence. It's just the easiest way to describe it. There's no feeling like getting chopped by Luke Douglas and then listening to the crowd reaction, and you know for a fact back. There's no feeling than when Alex Connors double stomps you onto a concrete floor.
Yep.
And you start getting up.
Honestly,
I just love doing this.
Matches that I've seen of yours.
Thank you.
Bear in mind, it was your first match. I remember you coming out and just going, wow, this will be a mental match. And it was.
It benefited me massively during the time that when I debuted, the dojo graduates before me had all been high flyers, fast-paced, people who will wow over a crowd by jumping over the top rope to the outside. And I come out, I don't do any of that. I just hit hard, throw people around. Carl Robertson said it perfectly. I was a different caliber of Kamikaze dojo graduates around that time.
Oh, absolutely.
Which surprisingly, after me, came Alex Dean.
Because when I think of Kamikaze around that time, there was only I'd say Will Stevens was the only real hard-hitting member of the Kamikaze dojo. Like everyone else was speedy or flippy or quite small, so they had to more rely on, you know, using their body in a way as a weapon, whereas you didn't use your entire body. You just use your fists, your legs, your head. Your body became the weapon.
Around that time we also had around that time we had obviously Luke Douglas, who's a bit different to everyone else at Camden, who also went on a bit of a hiatus recently, but made his return to wrestling.
Yep. Sam Hughes is someone I'm very, very familiar with.
Yeah. Love the guy.
Yeah. You know what? You know what I will say about Sam Hughes? He is a very good kisser.
And we'll move on from that.
Yeah, I'm out in him now. Sam, fight me, you little... No, I can't. I said I wouldn't swear as much on this one. You red-headed rascal. I was on the phone to him the other night, actually, and we were discussing if I'd ever see him again on a show, and he said if he ever saw me again, he'd break my jaw. So I'm just giving him more reasons to at this point.
Yeah, don't fear the fire.
Well, it's not as fiery as his hair.
There's nothing wrong with red hair. It's pink at the moment, but nothing wrong with red hair.
All right, something that I did want to ask both of you. We'll go Tara first. Obviously, you've been in this for a year. You've obviously had your debut match. You're coming to Victory Pro. But what happens after that?
I hopefully go to a lot more English promotions. I make my ground in the UK scene. That's my goal with Victory Pro. To expanding my horizons, I think is how you say it.
Do you have any more well, what companies would you want to like go to? Obviously, we've got so many over here, whether that's, the Midlands, down south, up north. Like
My main
what
goal right now would be Kamikaze and DCW. They're the two ones I've been looking at the most. Because my tag partner from No Limit Wrestling, Ilya Zakov, is now working with DCW, and he was a Kamikaze trainee.
Yeah, I will be seeing Elia next week over at DCW, where he is facing Jay Hunter. Very, very well known within the Kamikaze Dojo, and especially an up-and-comer in the Midlands scene, whether that's with DCW or up in Wales for Next Gen Wrestling or Royal Imperial. And he's just debuted for Nebula as well. The kid's absolutely smashing it, and I know Elia would definitely give him a challenge. But I also I want to see that violent side come out of Jay Hunter. Definitely.
Ilya is one of the main people that would bring it out in him as well. He is one of the best kept secrets, and I hope people start seeing that secret. I love Ilya.
Something a lot of people don't realise is Ilya was a Kamikaze trainee before. He was a whole different person in Kamikaze, and went to Ireland and had this whole big rebrand. And he's become one of the most entertaining faces in OTT, as well as many other promotions.
He's currently Paddy O'Shea in OTT. He is the best referee from Limerick, which I think is, if you're watching the stories at the moment, hands down, best thing I've ever seen.
If anyone knows about refereeing, Blake Violet knows about refereeing.
Yeah, that's how I got my start.
Yeah, I remember seeing you back in the day in your little ref shirt, and then the next thing I know, I see you dropping Alex Connors and Luke Douglas on their heads.
I was a camera girl, and then I did a merch, and then I went back to filming.
I got my start just through doing ring crew.
I did filming for No Limit Wrestling, and I did the highlight reels.
Ooh.
And then I did merch for OTT and No Limit Wrestling, and then I debuted.
Yeah, you've told me obviously away from the call that you used to do merch for different companies.
And I did it for PCO, the legend himself, which was really fucking cool.
PCO?
Yeah, PCO.
Oh my word.
Because he was over for the Rumble for OTT, so I got to do his merch. And it was fucking insane. Really cool merch though.
I can imagine. What was the gimmick that he had in the 90s? What was that? Was he the Mountie?
I think so. He had the VHS tapes on sale, but I didn't look at them.
See, it was him or his partner.
It was him
that
and
was
his
the
brother.
Mountie. Or they were both the Mounties.
I'm on Google.
And honestly, I think I had a toy of the Mountie when I was a little kid. Came with the hat and everything.
I have it, like CM Punk.
Of course. I don't even have my figures anymore. I think they're in my shed.
He was the Mountie.
Yeah, that's it.
There we go.
let's get properly back onto Victory Pro. That is what we are here for, not CM Punk.
Oh,
A
PCO.
Kafka. I don't think a Kafka would allow the CM Punk talk on here. I think he'd slap me for allowing it.
He can argue with me.
Obviously, when it comes to Victory Pro and the tag scene, which you guys are obviously a part of, we've got some pretty cool teams there. You know, we've got the Reservoir Dogs from up in Wales. We've got the Standard, who are currently filming Love Island.
What?
Just look at them. You know what you're looking at. You can see a bunch of crappy Love Island contestants with stupid gelled back hair and big muscles that I'm jealous of. And then who else have we got? Oh yeah,
We got
your
MJ
opponents,
Grayson.
Matchday Mad Lads. But like, if we were going to talk about anyone specific, who do you guys want to face off with? Even if they're not a team, even if you just want two people together to face off with you guys as the Temple of Light, who are you going with?
If we're going for tag teams, I'd like me and Tara to go face the Devil's Rejects.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like an
He's
absolute
hands down.
spoon for forgetting that the Devil's Rejects and the Future is Meow on the show in another tag team
And
match,
how
which is
dare
another
you?
banger on the show.
And how dare you for forgetting?
He doesn't even know the card.
MJ Grayson and Big Van Wesker, please don't beat the living crap out of me.
I helped him.
Big
I'm gonna help
Big
him.
Van Wesker, I bought your hat a year ago and your t-shirt, so please don't beat me up.
No,
I could
even
definitely
if
see
he
you guys
does.
with the Future is Meow. Blake, those are two guys that you know very well, especially from a few weeks ago.
Trained with both of them. Face them down in RIW in Wales.
Yeah.
That time. So
Sun Vu
got
Ho
a
is
win
definitely
over
one of
a
the
pinfall
coolest
victory over Sunny Nuts.
You have a victory over him?
I have a pinfall victory over Sunny Nuts down in Wales. Pinned him. Me and Lenny beat the Future is Meow.
Have you got a win over Zach Walker, though? Have you got a pin over the Future Zach Walker?
You didn't get to pin Zach Walker, though. That was the first time me and Zach ever faced off against each other.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Known the guy since he first arrived in the dojo, and that's the first time we've faced each other.
I remember Zach from one of my trainee sessions when I used to try and wrestle.
You did train
And
at
now I
Cami,
see
I
him
forgot
on...
about that.
Yeah, that's how this all started, with me and the Kamikaze Dojo, me and Scumbag Eddie Benz, Scumbag Coach Mahan, as to name a few. And I remember we did obviously in your first training session, you get to do a promo. And one of the trainers at the time said I was the best promo in the group. And I think now I look back at that, maybe that was what was calling to me in the end. And obviously that's led me to this awesome opportunity to talk to wrestlers like you guys, even if Blake, you're a bit of a scumbag and, Temple member who, yeah. But you know what I mean.
I'm
I'm
also a
very
Temple
lucky to be in this
member.
position. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's disrespectful. You curly-haired sausage.
No comment.
All right, speaking of Coach Mahon recently put out a bit of a statement saying that maybe not everyone on the show was worthy to be on it, and he was. What would you two, the Temple of Light, think about that?
I don't even know who this guy is. I think he just needs to go back to his math shed.
He's a PE teacher.
The worst kind.
He's a PE teacher.
Exactly. No one liked doing PE.
He's an absolute fool.
No one likes
I don't like him. I don't like Coach Mahon. All he's done is he's called me fat. He's bullied me. So yeah, Coach Mahon, if you watch this, I hope you get worms. Yeah, that's my insult for Coach Mahon this week. I think last week I called him a toe rag. This week I tell him to get worms.
Cool.
That's an insult.
It's a great one. It's
An
one.
insult for
I mean,
me.
all I'd say.
He actually,
All I'd say is,
he put a story up last night saying, now that Tiger Shah's not in the picture, Dylswrestling, can you get me a shot on the show? And
I
I
saw
said,
that.
no. I said no, and I would prefer to book Big Dick Johnson. And if you do not remember Big Dick Johnson, he was a small...
I remember.
I don't remember.
He was a small, chubby man with a bow tie and a thong covered in oil, like he'd been to Diddy's house and would dance around the ring. I can say that. This is my show. I can say what I like.
I only can say
But
that.
yeah, I would prefer that to Coach Mahon. It's fine. It's fine. If it gets edited out, then we know why.
Go back on track. I mean, Quickbond was good enough to get a car. Would have been in the first place.
Exactly. I think realistically, I don't think Coach Mahon is a bad wrestler at all. I think he's very interesting. I think his move set is absolutely awesome, and I really enjoy watching him. I just don't like his face. I just don't like his face, and I don't like his attitude.
We could get him a mask.
Lucha Coach would be quite cool, but
Yeah.
I'd still notice him, and he smells.
Oh.
So you'd notice him from a mile away because he hasn't washed his sports kit since he started his job as a PE teacher.
Deodorant?
Yeah, there you go. Get him some Mitchum. Go on, Coach. Have some Mitchum. Oh, that you know what? Thanks, Tara. Thanks for you putting the props there. I appreciate that.
I mean, it's the best deodorant, and I want them to sponsor me.
I'll get him some Lynx Africa or some Shaw.
All I got is Mitchum. I don't have anything else with me.
Or we've got some Versace. You can have some Versace.
We're getting very off track.
We are getting off track, but that's the beauty of me having my own show. I get to absolutely waffle. All right, so I think we are probably coming up to the end of Before the Bell today, and I do appreciate you both coming on. Obviously, you have very hectic lives. Blake has to clean the temple toilets, and Tara, you obviously go out and do what you do, which is absolutely slay.
Exactly.
But yeah, you heard me, Blake. You heard. But as we are coming,
I'm going to remember this for September.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Just remember,
you will.
You'll be at the commentary desk. You will be at the commentary desk.
We need to find out where that's going to be.
In September.
We need to make him know of where he's going to be during the show.
I'm going to put Kieran McQueen through your table.
That's my table, and you can't put me through it.
We'll put Kieran on show.
You can do it to our macho. I'm sure he's a luchador. He can take being put through a table.
We don't want to put you through. We want to put Kieran and Alex through.
Yeah.
Not you. You're fine. It's just your table that's going to be gone.
Leave my table alone.
No.
Rip up your notes.
My table.
String table.
Gone. Don't get a table now.
All right. Well, leave my table alone. So on the 7th of September, we will be at Headstrong in the Bagger Dome, which is going to be an absolutely iconic event, which will obviously showcase the likes of you two, the Matchday Mad Lads, many, many more. Is there a match that's not your match that you're excited to see?
That was rejects.
Luke Douglas.
Luke Douglas versus Joey Scott. What was yours, Tara?
That was rejects and Futures Mayo. I love MJ Grayson. Simple as that.
You know, you've both picked some absolute banger matches right there. I'm very excited to see if Joe Blazer's actually going to turn up or not. But I'm going to say the Gauntlet match is probably the one I'm most excited for. We've still got that hidden wrestler who's yet to be announced if we've got a replacement or not. So, you know, we're looking forward to that. And, you know, there's a lot of mystery there. But, we've also got the likes of TJ Skies on the show. We've got Aaron Wolf. We've got, obviously, we're going to be seeing Will Stevens in that Gauntlet. The Standard are on there, the little whatever, Who Stains. And then, you know, the card is absolutely stacked. The card is absolutely stacked, and I can't wait for it. But thank you, both of you, for coming on. I do really appreciate it. This has been episode 2. Is there anything you want to go out with?
I'll see you September. And hopefully again after that.
If you haven't got tickets for this show, sucks to be you.
And you know what? That's the most right thing that Blake Violet has ever said in the media. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching this episode of Before the Bell with me, Dyls Wrestling, presented by Victory Pro. You can get your tickets to Headstrong on the 7th of September. Yes, it is in Baggeridge, in the notorious Bagger Dome. Also, follow Victory Pro, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Spotify, where you can get these episodes, as well as on Amazon Prime. Is it Amazon Prime? It's Amazon something.
Amazon Music.
Amazon Music, Apple Music, all of your streaming services. We will be on there. And on this episode, you will hear some absolute waffle. So thank you, everyone, for watching. This has been Dyls Wrestling, and that's where you say your names, guys.
Oh.
And
Tara Gray.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, everyone, and we will see you for the next episode. Goodbye.
Dyls Wrestling.